All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a huge shift happening in the marketing world. And we're going to talk about a powerful tool that's making a pretty surprising comeback because of it. So let's just get right into it.
So, for years, advertisers have been using these little digital cookies to follow you around online, right? It's how they could connect the dots, see which ad you clicked on before you bought something. But now, with this huge push for user privacy, that's all going away. The big question is, what happens when the cookie jar is officially empty?
And that brings us to, well, what you could call a real measurement crisis for advertisers. I mean, the very foundation they've built their strategies on for years, it's literally starting to crumble beneath their feet.
And look, this is not some problem for the future. It is happening right now. You can see here major players like Apple and Google, they've been leading this charge for a while, totally changing the rules of the game for everybody.
So yeah, this creates a massive challenge. The key takeaway here is that businesses need a new way to see what's working across their entire marketing plan. We're talking TV, radio, digital, the whole shebang. Not just the little online pieces they could track with cookies before.
Okay, so how do you solve a crisis like this one? Well, funny enough, the answer isn't some shiny new invention. Nope, it's actually a classic, time-tested technique that just so happens to be perfectly suited for this moment.
It's called marketing mix modeling, or MMM for short. And here's the real game changer. Instead of tracking every single person one by one, MMM takes this big picture, top-down view. It looks at all the data together over time to figure out what's actually driving your sales.
Now, I know what you're thinking, a formula. But don't let the math scare you off. It's actually a really simple concept. Just think of it like a business equation. On one side, you've got Y. That's your main goal. Let's say total sales. And on the other side, you have all your X variables. Those are all your marketing activities. TV ads, social media campaigns, stuff like that. MMM is just the statistical magic that figures out exactly how much each of those X's contributes to your final Y. Simple as that.
Okay, so to get these amazing insights, what do you actually need to put into the model? Well, let's think of it like a recipe. You just need 3 key ingredients.
So, ingredient number 1, you need your goal, your key performance indicator, or KPI. This is what you're trying to achieve. Then, number 2, you add in all your media activity. Everything you spend money on. And finally, number 3, you have to mix in all the other stuff, the context. Things like competitor promotions, economic trends. Because let's be real, your marketing never happens in a perfect bubble, right?
And this is basically what that recipe looks like when you put it all together. You're looking at time series data. So each row could be a week or maybe a day, and then each column is one of those ingredients we just talked about. Your sales, your ad spending, your impressions, all of it. This creates this incredible historical record that the model can then dig into to find all those hidden patterns.
Okay, so you've got your ingredients, you've built the model. Now for the fun part, the payoff. Let's look at the absolutely incredible insights a good model can give you.
All right, check this out. First off, you can see exactly how much each of your marketing channels actually contributed to sales over time. So that big chunk at the bottom, that's your baseline. Basically, the sales you'd get anyway, without any marketing at all. And then each colored layer stacked on top, that shows you what each channel, TV, digital, you name it, added to your sales week by week. It's a complete breakdown.
And because you have that breakdown, you can then calculate the true cost effectiveness for each channel. You can figure out your real cost per acquisition. So you can see how much you spent, how many sales you got for that spend, and what it cost you to get each one of those sales. And this lets you compare totally different things like, say, TV ads and radio spots on a completely level playing field, a true apples-to-apples comparison.
But here, this is where it gets really powerful. The model can actually tell you when you're spending too much on a channel. See how each of these lines curves up and then starts to flatten out? That flat part, that's the point of diminishing returns. It's the exact spot where pouring more money in just stops giving you more back. It's a classic case of more is not always better.
And that brings us to the ultimate payoff. You can put it all together. The model can actually run simulations and recommend the absolute best way to allocate your budget to get the most bang for your buck. So using all that info about diminishing returns, it can tell you, hey, maybe pull a little from here and put it over there. It's like having a crystal ball for your budget.
Now, this all sounds pretty amazing, right? But there's a catch, and it's a big one. It turns out that not all MMM models are created equal, not by a long shot.
So does that mean you can just plug your data into any old model and get these incredible results? Well, not so fast. A really interesting study actually reveals a critical difference that you have to be aware of.
Here's the deal. If your business is super simple, like online only, then yeah, a basic model might just work. But for more complex businesses, the ones that use things like TV or sell in actual physical stores, a simple model can be more than just wrong. It can be dangerously misleading. It can literally point you in the complete opposite direction. So at the end of the day, in this new cookieless world, this is the one question every single business has to answer. What are the true drivers of my growth? And marketing mix modeling gives you a powerful lens to finally see the answer. It's about getting past just counting clicks and starting to understand the whole complex machine that actually drives your business forward. So the real question is, are you ready to see the big picture?